Okay, so Boom Studios has announced a brand new Kickstarter for their Power Ranger comics. This one being Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return is, this is a upcoming comic book being worked on by Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger, and Matt Hotson. And this has been teased for years, and we first got our glimpse at it in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th Anniversary Special comic. We got a prelude to it, and that comic had mixed receptions amongst fans. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts on it, it has changed over the past couple of months ever since rereading it. But if you want to hear my thoughts on it, go check out my review. I'll have a card for it down below. So, Boom Studios has launched a brand new Kickstarter for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return, MMPR The Return. This was discovered by Martian Ranger over on Twitter. Although the Kickstarter isn't live yet, it's garnered a little bit of controversy amongst fans, some mixed reception, much like the comics. So let's jump over to Twitter. Oh, what happened to my monitor? That was scary. Okay, for those who don't know, my monitor just went black for a second. Hopefully I'm not having graphics card issues. We'll do it live anyway, I'm leaving that in there. Let me just turn off my webcam. So, this is from Martian Ranger, who discovered it over on Twitter, and like I said, the reception has been very mixed. Now, here's the Kickstarter page. I'll leave a link for it in the description down below. Now, I'm on the fence if I'm going to support this or not. I'm probably not. I supported the last Kickstarter, and it cost me a fair bit of dollary dues to get the Lost Chronicles cover, along with a bunch of other goodies. Maybe I'll see what they're offering for this one, but if Boom Studios is going to do what they've been doing recently with the Kickstarters and put a retail release out later down the line, then I'll probably pick it up once it's in trade. So I get the feeling this is going to be a graphic novel and probably not a singular issue thing. This is going to be a story that's going to come out, so we'll see. So the reception for this has been very mixed. If you didn't know, like I mentioned earlier on in the video, people are saying we get enough MMPR, like enough of MMPR. There are a bunch of other seasons that need some love. So I'm guessing the people are saying, rah, enough MMPR, we've had enough of MMPR. Those are the people who are probably in the dark about this and probably are just discovering it through like the retweets and stuff like that and seeing this posted online. And then there are people who are just sick of MMPR in general. But I get where they're coming from. But this is sort of like what Boom Studios is doing to sort of support this project by having Amy Jo Johnson write it, which I get the feeling they didn't need that. Like, I love Boom, I love you comics, but I'm going to be critical. I understand why they're doing this, because they kind of want to do like a Kickstarter to sort of back it financially for reasons. But they've got Amy Jo Johnson's name attached to it, because, you know, people love the original MMPR. People simp and queen over Amy Jo Johnson because she's the original, she's the best. People love her because they grow up with Kimberly and stuff like that. So there are going to be people that's going to be like, yes, queen, we're going to support you no matter what, because you're our childhood and stuff like that. But Amy Jo Johnson's writing this story because, you know, this is her version of MMPR, this is her story, which my criticisms with the comic is that it ignores like 30 years of Power Rangers continuity just to tell this alternate story. If like MMPR kept going and they kept their powers for 30 years, that ignored like 30 years of Power Rangers history. That's like my main gripes with the comic. I think I made a video on it, I can't remember. Maybe I didn't record it, but that was like one of my main gripes with the story, is that it ignored 30 years of Power Rangers history for this one story. And now we're getting a Kickstarter for it, which I get the feeling that Boom Studios didn't need to put out a Kickstarter for this, but they've got Amy Jo Johnson's name attached to it. Like, they could have just put it out in single trade, or like a sort of like graphic novel, sort of like what they did with Soul of the Dragon, Psychopath, Sins of the Future, stuff like that. They could have released it like that and it would have sold regardless because, you know, Power Ranger fans, Power Ranger comic fans, and people love Amy Jo Johnson, so they'd eat that up. So I get the feeling that Boom Studios didn't really need to do a Kickstarter. I kind of want to scroll down and read most of the comments as well. So yeah, can we move away from MMPR? Guys, there are 30 more seasons other than Mighty Morphin. What return? They return every fucking year or so, enough already. When you realize that MMPR was Austin, Hogan, Rock, Cena. Oh, that's a meme. Okay. Okay. When you realize that MMPR was the Austin, Hogan, Rock, Cena level drop Power Rangers, you've never captured that level of money making. So again, I don't blame him. Okay. Another Kickstarter for another season. Okay, someone's very critical of the Amy Jo Johnson. Amy Jo Johnson's story in the anniversary issue is the worst story of all. Why are they wanting to build off of that? Again, like I mentioned earlier on the video, that prelude in the return was sort of like a springboard. It's Boom Studios. A Kickstarter is Boom Studios having major financial difficulty. What's the deal here? Oh man, MMPR returning. It's been so long. I guess they're being sarcastic. Zeo in Space, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force Ninja Storm Dino Thunder, SPD, RPM, all would have been better choices. Again, I get the feeling that might be a comment that someone doesn't know what the return was. Yeah, so you can see that people are saying, shut up and take my money. That's awesome. But scrolling down, it's been, can we move away from MMPR? Let's read the quote tweets. Let's dive into the quote tweets for this. Makasatsu, cool. Check out Makasatsu, makes really great content. Really glad a small company like Boom Studios is giving the spotlight to an under. We got Hawk in here saying, 1, I hate big companies doing Kickstarters. 2, why'd they let someone Photoshop the hard edge on the eraser like the bottom of the logo? That's an interesting bit as well. Like they got the eraser tool and they sort of took out the logo. Captain Subpar from, I believe, Captain Subpar's from, I know Pink Spandex, yep. Captain Subpar, if it's just a regular series, why do you need a Kickstarter? Can't Boom Studios just make it? Is there going to be a fancy available? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the Kickstarter to launch as well. I could have held off making this video, but once the Kickstarter drops, I'll probably make a sequel, Electric Boogaloo, to this. Let's see, a nerd named Mark, shout out to the homie, saying, I started using my Sundays as my break from the internet and social media, and since it's technically Monday now, the video I'm working on is about this. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Christian on the controls, Christian Atwin, check him out. Since they never left. Yep, Cosmic Ranger. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm the same Cosmic. Bori Kenda, the audacity of calling the return. Yep, Jacob. Jacob saying, didn't they already say they were making it? That is true. They already announced they were working on this. Why are they doing the Kickstarter? It's like a lot of people have been saying. Unless there's going to be rewards, like big rewards for this Kickstarter, then I don't get why they're doing the Kickstarter. Will Knight saying it'd be funny if this failed. Geek with Chris, Toku Chris, not interested. Sort of shoulder shrug emoji. Snowball, I have a lot of questions as why Kickstarter necessary, but I love Boom Comics, so I'm willing to hear them out. Understandable. This is an interesting one. I thank God that Sentai is separate from Power Rangers. Imagine if literally every year or two, instead of focusing on other Sentai, it'd just be Go Rangers. Over and over. Okay. Let's see. Kurt Dog, why did Hasbro... okay. That's one of those questions. What in the Photoshop, the graphic design is clearly not in their passion. That's from Violet Ranger. And then there's me, saying, I know I'm the Power Ranger comics guy, but I don't know if I'll fund this one. What a shit take from that Deoxy guy. Let's see. Yeah, so it's a lot of mixed opinions if you scroll down. So a lot of people are mixed on this. Like a lot of people are mixed on this if you scroll down. So yeah, that's pretty much me reading the Twitter versus Boom Studios. But once they launch the Kickstarter, I'm definitely gonna dive into it and examine the Kickstarter again. and talk about it and see if my mind has changed. But for now, I'm pretty much on the fence on this because I thought Boom Studios already had plans to release this. I thought it was already set in stone that they were going to like release this like next year in 2024. So I don't get why they're doing the Kickstarter, but if it's like the other projects that Boom Studios has done, there are other Kickstarters that Boom Studios has done, like the other Power Ranger comics, then it will probably get a retail release. So I might just sit on the fence and wait for the retail release, or I'll see what rewards they're going to put out. So I'm in no rush to sort of get this comic, to fund the Kickstarter just yet, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, what do you think of this? Thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, share on social media. Amy Jo Johnson, if you're somehow magically watching this video, reach out to me. Let's have a discussion. I'm the Power Ranger comics guy, apparently. So if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. If you want to. I doubt she's watching this, but it'd be cool. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye.